This isn't a video where I'm going to tell you to change your whole life in 6 months by basically becoming a different person. There are plenty of those videos on YouTube out there if that's the kind of motivation that you're craving right now. What I need is to make my environment and my routines reflect the ultimate goal I have, which is to deeply enjoy and evolve through the process of pursuing whatever creative goals I have in each season. Art is my way of being present in my life. It's my way of contributing to the world that I live in and honoring what I get to experience, the good and the bad. The reason I'm doing this reset is because I would like to harmonize the various elements of my life and go into July feeling clear and prepared and more capable than ever of not only achieving my goals in the future, but also capable of enjoying the process of what it will take to get there, which is really the whole point to me in the long run. I'm making a video of the process because I figure if I was looking for a video like this, you might be too, and I hope that it can be helpful and we can do this together. Something I love about YouTube is getting to see how other people go about managing their lives and making it enjoyable for them. So I'm not saying you need to follow along with all these steps I'm taking. I more so just want to share certain things that I'm doing that could inspire you, or at the very least, you can see somebody who is a peer and a colleague doing these things as you do them. So maybe it feels a little less lonely or more fun or more motivating because we're all in this together after all. My overall plan is to reflect on my current priorities and then do the necessary prep work to make each of these goals easier to contribute to daily. So if that sounds good, just keep watching. If you haven't seen me before, my name is Kaylee, by the way. Thanks for being here. It's not about piling on the goals or piling on more work to overwhelm you or stress you. I certainly don't need that right now. In the last month, I was completely off of my routine because for the first half, I was traveling, which was amazing. I got to see a lot of my friends in New England. And just really important people to me. And then in the second half of June, there were a lot of unexpected challenges, and I still had fun and made the best of it, but I was not really able to get into any of my routines. It was very chaotic, but we are back, and I am so excited for the next 6 months. So the first thing that I do whenever I do some sort of reset is I will make a list or do some sort of brain dump where I get everything down that I have been putting off that I know in the back of my mind could really contribute to my peace. Once I've made my list, I'm going to do the first thing that to me as an artist really changes my mindset. My AC just went on. Because I have been gone from my desk for so long, what I really need is just to spend a solid hour or two doing some painting or doing some drawing. It could just be storyboarding, getting down some ideas, anything, because I will feel blocked up and weird until I do. Although time and practice does make it easier, I will say if you feel intimidated by a blank page, you are not alone. And for me, I have felt that intimidation so many times and have overcome it that now I just have to take myself in hand and be like, you know what, it doesn't matter what you are feeling, you're just gonna do it because you're gonna feel better after. And that was the case. So after some drawing and some writing and just getting my thoughts out in some creative way, I am going to make myself a little matcha, because what would a mid-year reset be without a matcha? And I'm going to give you a little tip. Here's my secret. I'm a barista, okay? So I know what I'm talking about. I cannot have matcha anymore unless it has liquid chlorophyll in it. It gives this beautiful green color to it. It's like a teal green. It does give me just a little oomph, and I'm going to need it because I'm going back to the gym. I love going to the gym specifically after I have done some drawing or some brainstorming, because once I get tired of working on a specific piece, being able to go to the gym right after, lift some weights, get that blood flow to my brain, and also take my mind off of what I was thinking so hard about it allows new information and ideas to come into my mind out of nowhere. A lot of the inspirations that I get for things that I draw or new techniques that I think about and then implement, I am at the gym or I am taking a nature walk. I've heard so many times before people saying that their best ideas come in the shower, and this is an example of that. It's a way of taking my mind off of the creative issue at hand so that I can get out of my own way and let ideas come into my mind. After I get out of the gym, I feel amazing. I've written down any ideas on my notes app that I can write down later in my sketchbook, and then I go home and just relax and maybe work on the piece a bit more if I've gotten some inspiration. That takes care of me feeling like I'm investing in my health and in my creativity. Those are two really important things that once I jumpstart them again, I feel like, okay, let's go, I got this. Because the other tasks that I have, especially the business side of my art career, I still hold some limiting beliefs that focusing on that takes away from my creative practice, and I don't want to feed into those beliefs by focusing on that first and feeling like I'm still not back into my painting, and that's why I went in the order that I did. Now that I've attended to those creative needs, I can face into the other parts of my work, which are also really important. I work at a really cute cafe in the mornings. My coworkers are so sweet and I always learn so much from them. Even if it's just for a minute or two, I love getting to be a positive force in someone's day, especially when it's early in the morning and people are grumpy because they haven't had their coffee yet. So I love making special drinks for people. I try to just be as positive and upbeat as possible because I think it does really make a difference. Another great thing about working at this cafe is that I have made it into my own personal gallery space. I have a bunch of my artwork on the walls, and I also sell some of my small prints there and my stickers. What I'm gonna do is restock, refresh my whole little area there. Also, the love of my life came out with an incredible poetry book. We are putting copies in my cafe as well, so that's what I did. I got to do the cover and it was a great honor and very fun. So I will be linking Javier's website down below where you can get yourself a copy if you don't live in Alabama. His work is absolutely incredible and he's brilliant. If you haven't seen my videos before, I am a graphic novelist. I'm working on my second book right now. So after work, I am heading to scan whatever recent paintings I've done that I haven't yet documented. So that's one thing that I really needed to just get out of the way. I try and keep up to date with all of my scans and digital organization because that way I'm able to easily use my latest work and my best work, I think, to submit to grants, submit to applications. While I'm on my computer organizing my files, I'm also going to make sure that my Excel spreadsheets are up to date. So I have an overall 2024 budget, but I also have on a separate spreadsheet, I have my isolated art expenses and art sales. If I am going to be filing a Section C on my taxes in the future as a self-employed artist, along with my other employment, I will need to have correct documentation of what my expenses were to set against what my sales and my revenue was. I am not very literate on the business side of an art career. That's something that I'm really looking into this year. If you're in the same boat as me, there's one woman I found on YouTube, I'm forgetting her name, but I'm going to link her down below, and she is super approachable. She makes it so easy to follow and not scary of how to understand the business side of your career and things that you need to know. And so I'm learning a lot from her. I will link her down below along with some other resources that have helped me in case you're also looking for that. Once I've updated my Excel spreadsheets, I am going to journal. I try to journal like once a day or once every few days just to keep myself updated with what's going on. But because it is a special mid-year review, I am going to ask myself a few specific questions, and I will also write these down below if you're interested in doing this as well. I'll be reflecting on the past 6 months, what has been working, What are my current priorities and what would make 2024 a success? What are my favorite times so far? Like my favorite experiences, and what am I afraid to face into and why? How can I support myself outside my comfort zone? Doing a mid-year reset for me is a tangible way of supporting myself while I step outside my comfort zone. One of the reasons why I'm trying to do all of these admin things ASAP so that I don't have any sort of to-dos in the back of my head distracting myself or helping me procrastinate larger things that I'm afraid to do. But when things are new and when I haven't done things before, I definitely have a fear of failing or of things not working out. I push past that a lot, but the fear itself doesn't really go away from me, or at least it hasn't yet. So I really want to be kind with myself and remind myself that it's important to try these new things and to go after these new aspects of my creative process that I'm not yet comfortable with, because they will further my intentions and my goals so much. After doing this mid-year reset for myself, I do feel so much more capable of facing into these challenges. I needed to do some tangible actions for myself to give myself that confidence and that feeling that I've got my own back again, and it's all good. Through this YouTube channel, I really hope to be of service, embolden other artists and just people who are creatively minded to go after whatever their goals are, because the world needs you. It can be so daunting and thankless, but what I do know is there are actions that we can take as individuals, big and small, emphasis on the small, to bolster our own sense of self-trust and go after what is on our hearts to do in a way that will lead us to the lives that we want. I really believe in that, and I've seen it happen in my own life. And there are goals that I still have that I know I will accomplish by enjoying the process of getting there as much as I possibly can. If this video helped you today, I hope that you will give it a like and maybe comment some things that you're planning on doing or that you have done that have helped you, so that other people can learn from that. If you'd like to stick around for more videos like this, hit that subscribe button, baby. I would love to make more like goal setting, goal oriented, in a creative fashion type of videos. So if you do like this sort of content, please let me know. I would be happy to make more like it. If you're the type of person who gets motivation from seeing other people be consistent in their practice, you can follow me on Instagram. I post a lot of story content, just my daily creative process. And if you're interested in seeing more about my graphic novel process, I have a Patreon where I post weekly updates and also exclusive videos. I do send out prints of the month as well, if you want something fun in your mailbox. I hope that you have a wonderful start to the second half of 2024. I will see you in my next video, and until then, take care.